How's it going, everybody? Did you enjoy your weekend? Did you go out and do miscellaneous activities? Did you go pumpkin picking? One of the all-time scams out there, because you go to a place where they've laid out pumpkins and then you just pick them up and take them home. It's no different than CVS. You go to a place, somebody has pre-picked out pumpkins from an actual pumpkin vine and then lay them out for you on a field, and then you pick up a pumpkin, no different than you would at CVS, and say, I'm going to take this one home. If you're going pumpkin picking, you should have to go to the vines where you get a machete and actually have to chop them off. That's pumpkin picking. My guess is you didn't do that. My guess is you didn't go to CVS and get a pumpkin because you never went anywhere. You never had your car. What you did all weekend was you probably bet on college football Saturday, pro football Sunday, and now you're looking to roll that over to the Monday, and here we are for Monday Night Football Week 6. These two teams have a lot in common with me. We've made a lot of mistakes, and we've underperformed up to this point, but we have a pretty high ceiling. We have playoff aspirations, and like CeeDee Lamb, I've been frustrated. I'm looking to right the ship, and I'm going to try to start that tonight, but I know I've left way too many points on the table throughout the course of the year. My offensive line hasn't performed at times when my defensive line was good. My offense wasn't good. Nothing, it all hasn't clicked at the same time. But we still got time to right the ship, just like these two teams. Hard to know when you got two teams who can't stop shooting themselves in the foot, squaring off against each other, who's actually gonna take this one. The spread, once again, on a Monday night indicates Vegas isn't too sure. 1.5, 2 points, depending on wherever you bet on these games. But where you probably should be betting on this game is Bet365, because they're offering all new users a great promotion where if you deposit 10, bet 5, they'll give you 150. So if you're a new user on Bet365 now, it's not available in every single U.S. state. You can check the description of this video to know which states it's available in, and you obviously got to be over 21. But click the link in the description of this video if you want to take advantage of that promotion. There are separate links for U.S., international, Canada, so make sure you click on the right one. And obviously, if you got that gambling problem, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Do it. Don't just tell me you'll do it. If you need to do it, go ahead and do it. So for this Monday night game, the first thing that kind of jumped out to me when I was looking through the props and whatnot, because come on now, 1.5 points, the Cowboys coming off an extremely embarrassing loss, and then the Chargers are coming off a bye. They had when we saw them before the bye, they had a rickety win versus the Raiders where Justin Herbert really messed up his non-throwing hand, but they are getting Austin Eckler back. It's hard for me to believe that in prime time the Cowboys are just going to absolutely the bed in back-to-back games. But, from what we've seen with them, anything's on the table. My favorite bet that I saw personally was the under on Justin Herbert passing yards. We all know that there's no Mike Williams there anymore. And just seeing the Cowboys getting torched in back-to-back games, it seems unlikely to me. That pass rush is too good for Herbert to be throwing it all over the place, getting up to 300 yards. Maybe, but I really don't see that. Even if he has a good game against the Cowboys, if you watched this game 2 weeks ago, you wouldn't think that he'd be getting over to 275. We should never let one game or 1 week cloud our judgment for the majority of the games. Look what's happened over these past 2 weeks. You've seen San Francisco absolutely boat race these Cowboys and then lose on the road to Cleveland playing PJ Chalker. Okay? You saw the Philadelphia Eagles, undefeated, went to the Super Bowl, went into New Jersey, and lost to the Jets, who got absolutely steamrolled by the Cowboys. See, it doesn't always work like that. You got to hit Control-Alt-Delete. The Giants almost beat the Bills, who are coming off of a loss against Jacksonville. So you really got to hit that Control-Alt-Delete. Look, I'm just trying to say that the defense should have a way better effort. I'm going to take the under on Justin Herbert passing yards. Then we got the complainer. I'm a complainer. I complain all the time. You ever hear the squeaky wheel gets the grease? I'm expecting CeeDee Lamb to get some grease tonight, so I'm going to go over on CeeDee Lamb's receiving yards. I also want Tony Pollard to get a touchdown. Tony Pollard is a very good running back. A lot of brutal matchups for him so far. Early in the year, he just wasn't getting the touchdowns, but he was getting the work. I mean, he is one of these all-purpose backs. We've seen Josh Jacobs struggle earlier in the year, but if a guy is getting like 88% of the touches, it's only a matter of time, and this Chargers defense is the first defense he's played in a little while where you can really get it going. So I think Tony Pollard is going to have have a really good game. But my favorite on him is I think he's getting in that end zone once. I'm going to take Tony Pollard to score a touchdown in this game. I'm also going to check in with Area 51. I want to see what they've been working on over there and actually get back to giving me some good bunker analytics on some of these plays. Here are two of them. So they think that Austin Eckler in his return is going under on rushing yards. I can totally see that. We never really took him for the best running back as far as in between the tackles runner. And when you look at the Cowboys defensive line, yes, Shanahan masterminded a dismantling of them. But think about how much Josh Kelly struggled on the ground every single week. We know that Austin Eckler is a better running back. He may have a great combined receiving and rushing total, but I agree with Odd Shopper Premium on this one. I'll go under on the Austin Eckler rushing yards, and they like the under on Gerald Everett receiving yards. If you remember what I said last week about Luke Musgrave, once you reintroduce some of those other targets to even take the few that were already there away, then I think those unders are always potentially good on him. You're bringing Austin Eckler back into that offense. He commands a ton of targets. There's obviously Keenan Allen, who draws a bunch of targets. Parham has been pretty good this year as the other tight end. I know Everett's okay, and sometimes Herbert will kind of go to him, but I can second the under on those Gerald Everett receiving yards. And if you slap all those together, you're almost getting like a plus 1,000 parlay. And I really do think that's a nice assortment of bets. I like that under on the Herbert passing yards. I like the over on the squeaky wheel receiving yards, CeeDee Lamb. I like Pollard to get a touchdown. But I still don't have enough courage to take the Cowboys, to win outright or anything like that. But my gut tells me back-to-back awful primetime performances are unlikely. Usually an embarrassing performance on any team, but especially in a spot where the whole country's watching, they respond with a way better effort that following week. The only interesting thing, like I said, between these two teams, nobody shoots themselves in the foot more than these two teams. Like that show, The Biggest Loser, that can be these two and Derek Carr and have like a Royal Rumble to see who the biggest loser is. I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan. I like how he plays. I think he's got a lot of potential, very high ceiling. But, we got to see that come to fruition. We'll see if it happens tonight. That is what I have for you here. As always, make sure you're subscribed to the Odd Shopper channel here. Follow me on all social media platforms. It's at Andy Francis. I really do appreciate that if you can do that for me. And I will see you on Thursday for Thursday Night Football, unless you're a big hockey fan, and you can enjoy my daily videos here on the Odd Shopper channel. So make sure you are subscribed. I will talk to you later. See ya.